A and B have been rounded to 2 decimal places. A is 3.75 and B is 9.88. Work out the smallest possible answer for A plus B and A divided by B. Now before we find out the answer, we need to figure out two things. First is upper and lower bound. When there's an estimated number, you will want to find out the highest value and the smallest value, and that is the point of upper and lower bound. The concept is basically dividing the degree of accuracy by 2, then add it for upper bound or minus it for lower bound. As an example, 22.9 to the nearest 0.1 centimeter. First divide the degree of accuracy, so 0.1 divided by 2 is equals to 0.05. Minus it to get 22.85 for lower bound, and add it to get 22.95 for upper bound. Also, 22.95 isn't the highest value for 22.9. It's the smallest value to 23, meaning that anything up to 22.95 is fine. However, 22.95 as a number would not be rounded to 22.9. Second is to find the smallest and biggest possible answer between the two estimated values. For addition and multiplication, we can use both the upper bound to get the highest value or both the lower bound to get the lowest value. However, for subtraction and division, it works differently. The higher the number that's subtracted or divided by would give a smaller answer rather than a bigger one. As an example, 10 minus 2, which is 8, would give a higher number than 10 minus 5, which is 5. For finding the biggest value, rather than subtracting or dividing by an upper bound, we use lower bound to get the highest answer. The same goes for trying to find the smallest value. Instead of dividing or subtracting a lower bound by a lower bound in hopes of getting a smaller answer, we divide or subtract lower bound by an upper bound to give the smallest answer. So now that we know everything, let's start finding the answer. 2 decimal places is 0.01 and divide that by 2 to get 0.005. So we can use it to find the lower and upper bound in both A and B, which is shown in the picture. For A plus B, we add the two lower bound, which is 3.745 and 9.875, which would give 13.62. For A divided by B, we divide lower bound by an upper bound, which is 3.745 by 9.885, which is equal to 0.379 when rounded to 3 decimal places.